Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Monster, and today we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Black Series Ki-Adi-Mundi figure. And this figure is a long time coming. He was pipelined and announced well over a year and a half ago, and we're finally just now getting him in hand. He is looking incredible though. I do like the Attack of the Clones box, especially with this incredible mural artwork here on the side. I love the pose he's in. This is the first time we've ever seen a Jedi with the lightsaber facing down, and I think it looks super awesome, super badass. So love how this turned out. Flipping around to the back, we do have that exact same mural artwork, and we do have the bio, which you can pause and read if you would like. But other than that, there's not a whole lot going on with the box, so let's get him out and see what he looks like. So here we have Ki-Adi-Mundi out of the box, and I gotta say, I'm really impressed with this figure. I think he was definitely worth the wait. He was, like I said, announced so long ago, but I'm just so glad to finally have him in the line here. And I think the detail and sculpting is incredible in this figure, and I can't wait to show him off to you guys. So let's go ahead, get him off the spinny stand, and take a close look at everything this figure has to offer. So looking at this figure, I gotta say, I think he looks really dang good. He does have a little spot on his belt where you can peg the lightsaber. Of course, the blade is removable like most Black Series figures, but I'm really glad that for most modern Black Series figures they're including that spot where you can peg the lightsaber in. So if you don't want him in battle and you want him like a pretty neutral pose, this is a great way to do that. Also just love the sculpting all around. Nice kind of hood sculpted in the back of the figure, and even the boots and everything like that look really nice. Of course, this figure is pinless all the way around, and I think it just looks incredible. And of course, we have to look at the head sculpt, which his head is so big it barely fits on screen, but I absolutely love that they were able to capture that in this figure, because in universe, he's got a really wonky looking head, and I think the sculpting for that came out great, especially all the detail with like the wrinkles on his head. It looks amazing. I also do love all the facial hair. He's got the big bushy eyebrows and that like really long Santa Claus goatee almost. I think it looks great. And for the hair on the back as well, he's got that kind of like ponytail. I think that overall the head sculpt just came out really dang good. It's weird, Hasbro always finds a way to really knock it out of the park with these alien figures, and even more humanoid alien figures like this, where it's basically just a normal human with a really wonky looking head, but they still find a way to knock it out of the park, and it looks incredible. Anyway, moving on to articulation, this guy is the prime example of modern day Black Series, because he's really got it all. Looking at the head, he actually has 3 ball joints to give this head articulation, so we won't spin it around too far, but he does have a ball joint at the top of the neck where the head meets the neck. He has a ball joint where the neck meets the collar, and then he also has a ball joint where the collar meets the rest of the torso, and so he has 3 ball joints in just this section alone, which is pretty crazy. Obviously for the arms, you can get up into a T-pose very nicely, and the arms do go all the way around. The kind of like hem of this rubber overlay does get a little bit in the way when moving his arms all the way around, but it doesn't hinder articulation too much. He does have butterfly joints in there, so great range of motion there. And looking at his elbows, of course, they get well past 90, which is really good. And then the interesting thing about this figure is he has ball jointed wrists, which I believe this is the first time we're ever seeing this on a Black Series figure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but his wrists are on a ball joint, which normally they're on like directional swivels. And so to see it on a ball joint is kind of crazy, and we can't even pop the hand off if you want so you can see, but yeah, it's on a ball joint, which is super cool, and I honestly really like that. Anyway, looking at the torso, of course he does have a ball joint at the torso. The legs do kick up about this far, and he does have the thigh swivels in there as well. The nice part about this kind of overlay is that it's cut on the side here too, and so you can kick up just about as far as you would with any other figure, and this nice soft rubber overlay does get out of the way. But unfortunately that isn't really the case for the outwards. You can't really get into the splits just because this belt overlay is connected to the rest of the tunic, and it does hinder the outward articulation of the legs, but it's not too bad overall. Now as far as the knee goes, the knee gets well past 90, which is always good. He also does have a swivel at the boot. And then looking at the ankles, he does have your standard pivot and rockers as well. Anyway, jumping into comparisons, we're going to start with comparing Ki-Adi-Mundi to some of the other Jedi we have in the line. So we do have Plo Koon on the left, and we have Kit Fisto on the right. looking great. This is such an excellent addition to our Jedi figures. Next up, we do have Aayla Secura on the left, and everyone's favorite Mace Windu on the right. Looking incredible. And then, of course, we do have some of our Episode 2 figures, with Episode 2 Obi-Wan on the left and Anakin on the right. Looking pretty good. And then, of course, moving on to Episode 3, we do have Anakin on the right and Obi-Wan on the left. You can see that these figures desperately need an upgrade, so hopefully pretty soon we'll get a new Anakin and Obi-Wan, but regardless, they still look pretty good next to Ki-Adi-Mundi. And of course, we gotta throw in the Clone Commanders. These are both customs from a good friend, Commander Cook. If you haven't seen him, go check out his channel. He will be linked in the description, of course. But looking great, and this just shows how much we desperately need a Commander Bacara and a Galactic Marine officially in the line, because they're looking amazing here next to Ki-Adi-Mundi. And then last but not least, for comparisons, we do have some Separatists with the Geonosian Battle Droid on the right and the Super Battle Droid on the left. I think the Separatist figures the Black Series has been putting out have been great so far, and I'm excited to see what more Separatist figures we can get in the future. So yeah, overall, I absolutely love this figure. It is easily a 5 out of 5. I think the face sculpt is incredible, and the molding for his head just looks amazing, and they really put a ton of detail into it. Overall, I really don't have anything to complain about with this figure, other than just how long it took to get it, but that really does not affect my review of the figure, and I'm excited to see the ball-jointed hands on this guy as well, and I'm excited to see what figures in the future they decide to do those ball-jointed wrists with, but anyway, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this figure and what you would rate it, but that is going to do it for this review. Hit that like button, subscribe if you did enjoy, consider going down and hitting that join button down below to become a channel member. We are, of course, doing channel member giveaways. Our standard members will be entered to win this Mace Windu, and our premium members will be entered to win this White Box Mando, so if you are interested, consider hitting that join button down below. But that is going to do it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.